Hi, welcome to this episode of Screenchump to ScreenChamp, where we take videos that weren't very good and see if we can make them better. In this episode of Screenchump to ScreenChamp, we've got some really great software. It's 3D CAD software that helps you analyze crime scenes. It's sweet! You get to see like car crashes, blood splatter, go in there and look at points and see things in the dark even. It's really cool things, but the video that they made just doesn't quite sell it. They got a lot going on and maybe not concise enough a message. So let's jump in and start analyzing this video and see how we can make it even better. Alright, so here we are. We've got the CZ Point Cloud by the CAD Cloud Zone. This video was on YouTube. I pulled it off just to make it convenient to talk about. So first thing you'll notice is you've got lots of black bars around the edges here. The problem with this is that it's very distracting. So your slide didn't actually meet the size requirements of the size that you were editing at. This is actually a very easy thing to fix. What you want to look at is what size do you want at the end, and then start with the size that's comparable at the beginning. It doesn't have to be exactly the same size, but it should scale proportionally. And then when you're in editing mode in Camtasia Studio, you want to make sure that the editing size actually matches the size that you want to produce at, so you can eliminate this black bar. Not a huge thing, but something that you want to really consider. Alright, so one of the things I noticed in this video pretty consistently is that it's focused on a number of different things. So for instance, we start off, we get this nice little introduction, diagram, analyze, animate. So is this a tutorial? Is it a marketing video? We're not exactly sure. So I think what could really make this a lot better is focusing down on what is the purpose of this video. Now it runs about 4 minutes, and that's not terribly long, but for everything it goes through, I didn't feel like I got a lot of good how-to information. At the same time, I wasn't always clear like what was I supposed to be learning about the software and would I want to buy it. So if you're gonna narrow it down to maybe a more concise goal, maybe focus on either new potential customers, and you could use some narration in there to really make this smooth. Like really tell your story. Don't just show us great things, because there are some really cool things. Like I love this part right here. Let's go ahead and watch it. You got music and some car crashes. Boom! Right? Really cool stuff. But here's the thing. I don't know what I'm actually looking at. What does the software do? Does it allow me to animate these things? Am I just bringing them in? Is this a representation of something real world? I don't know. So if I'm a new customer, I'm not going to understand it completely. Now, if you're talking to existing customers, is this the thing that they need to see? Is this the thing that's going to help them to decide to either upgrade or to continue using your product? So really think about those things. In addition, you might want to really clear up these 3 bullet points. What is the purpose of these? Is this what you're talking about? Is this what you're going to do? Because I felt like there's some of that, but maybe there's other pieces here that we could cut this down. So maybe it actually needs to be a couple videos. The next thing I want to talk about is pretty easy to fix here. You've got lots of text in here, and I want to get to a good example. We'll scrub ahead. Yes. These little guys that pop out on the screen that give you an idea of what this is. Very simple fix. If you're using Camtasia Studio, in the PC Windows version of Camtasia Studio, we have an asset library, and in the library, you can use what are called lower thirds. The biggest difference with lower thirds is that they're going to stretch across the screen. Something like this. It's just going to make it look a little bit nicer. You don't have to have this little tail that's here on the text callout. And I think it's going to give it a little bit more pop, make it a little bit more professional. But really, again, the reason you're using these text callouts is to tell us what it is. You could also get the same effect with some narration. Music's pretty cool, helps things move along, but I'd really like you to narrate to help me understand why I'm seeing this, what's the context, and why is it important. Again, because we're already 4 minutes, you might want to consider breaking this into different pieces, and then I'll only have to watch the part that is relevant to me.
Productivity equals better results, saving time and money.
Throughout the video, you've got lots of things just like that. Talks about saving time and money and increasing productivity, which are really great value and selling points. But here's the thing. How does your software actually help the users do that? So in this case, I think some of this is really about your message. Those are great things to say, but without supporting evidence, and maybe again you're talking to a very specialized audience, maybe it'll be something good for them and they'll just get it, but as not part of the audience, I'm not sure how I would do that. How do I save time and money? So be a little bit more explicit. So this has been the ScreenChump to ScreenChamps. We hope this has been helpful. If you're out there making your own videos, we hope that you'll watch this particular video and take some lessons from it. Make a very concise message. Take care of some of the basic layout and graphic design stuff. And if you do those two things, you're going to be on your way to making some really champ videos.